I feel strongest, at my best, if you will, standing on a stage, explaining to audience members the things that are so important to me, and that is coming up with the things you as an individual or an organization stand for, your core beliefs. That's what my book's about. That's what my main presentation's about. I love this stuff. And I think the reason it matters so much to me is I see the impact. I can tell you a story of a gentleman that I worked with that was the CEO of a $4 billion organization. He had been at the top of his game for a long time, still very well respected, really good guy, but had never once been able to think through or codify what he stood for as an individual, and never thought about what his company stood for. Working with him one-on-one, it brought him to a very emotional place. He was brought to tears, and he said something along the lines of, "How could I not have known this? Why didn't someone tell me this before?" It fundamentally changed who he was and how he thought of both himself and his industry. This stuff is real. It's not just a bunch of words in a book. It's not just me on a stage giving a 60-minute keynote. It's actual life-changing stuff. The best way to think about it, albeit it can be a little controversial, is think of politics. We see this very divisive debate going on in our country, two different sides, two very strong opinions on central tenets, right? We think of things one way on one side and different on the other. It's no different in business, with one notable exception, and that is the vast majority of organizations and individuals don't take the time to figure out what it is they stand for. But once they do, the clarity that emerges from that is spectacular. It can be life-changing. When I give presentations, when I stand in front of a group and talk about the things found in my book, I see people light up. I see the light bulb go on. And I know it's going to fundamentally change them in a positive way. That's really cool. That's a powerful place. And when I get to stand there and do that, I'm in a pretty good spot myself.